Ho, ho, ho. Welcome back to another episode of Wedding Film School. We have a fun one today, Jason. I don't think at least we haven't done one like this in a very long time.
No, it's like sometimes I'm influenced by the influencers. Mm-hmm. And like off, but usually to go like, I don't want to do that. They're doing that. But also in a practical sense, like sometimes I'm like, people already have enough people with gear lists and all this stuff. But honestly, I think we can have a unique perspective here because one thing I've noticed about all these gear lists is they're never really keeping in mind the needs of the wedding filmmaker.
Right.
And I think that we can give it some unique perspective.
I think so too. We had to do a little bit of pre-production here. And when I say a little bit, I really mean
30 minutes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Walk
to the literally room over there.
Yeah. Walk next door, grab gear that we really loved, and brought it over here. So what we have in front of us is our nice list and our naughty list of 2025 equipment that we've tried, that we've bought, most of it. We have a couple items on here that made the list onto the nice list that
we didn't buy.
We didn't buy, but I think they deserve some credit. So we'll go through some of these things. But yeah, originally we were like, there really isn't that much gear that came out this year.
Or gear that we were using that we could speak towards.
Yeah, and then as we started pulling out, we're like, this thing is awesome. We use this all the time. And that's usually how it goes, right? Is like, we're always trying to find gear. Like, we've been doing this for 15 years. And we're still gear junkies. We started our business really just to acquire a bunch of gear. And the trend continues in our office. We love gear and we acquire a lot of it. We try a lot of stuff out. Having Wedding Film School, we get a lot of gear just sent to us. So it's not just something where it's like, this is the only thing we've tried. We've tried a lot of versions.
Paid for.
Everything here we paid for.
Everything on the list we paid for. We didn't get any of this stuff for
Even
free.
this?
Okay. Matt Johnson sent us that one thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But everything else we had paid for. We didn't get any of it for free.
Yep.
So this is just our honest opinion.
Even this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did pay for all these.
Yeah, we paid for all these.
Yeah, that's right.
So at the end of the day, this is our honest feedback.
Okay. Yep. So we're going to first go through our nice list. We're going to keep it positive first for a change.
Do you want me to go through a particular order, Jared, or just randomly bring up this stuff?
Well, I think we should go through what we thought was the most influential, the best gift that we received from
the gear gods?
Wedding Film Santa this year.
Yeah.
What would that be to you?
So I think if we're doing naughty nice list and we're looking at what is the nicest of the nice, I think you have to look at like the thing that has the most practical benefit to the wedding filmmaker. And also, I think it's satisfying emotionally, and that's always going to be a camera, right? I think if a camera comes out, and I think this was a very good year for video cameras, and there are really two cameras on my list that I'm like, these cameras did something really special. And for me, the nicest of the nice list, and you can watch our review if you head over to Wedding Film School on YouTube and watch the review we did, which does address one of the negatives, and which is the overheating. But I'm telling you, even with the overheating, which is a legitimate challenge on this camera,
which they've eliminated with a firmware update.
They did finally do
2
that.
weeks ago. Yeah,
2 weeks ago. Great.
Yep.
Thanks for the text, Matt.
No.
But regardless, allegedly they eliminated it. I haven't tried it, so I'm not telling you that it's fixed. But I'm telling you, I still think it's the best, even with the overheating, because this has functionally changed how I shoot. But more importantly, it's changed what we make and how we're able to deliver it. And I think the price compared to the other cameras on the market, with the open gate 4K 60, the really amazing stabilization, like improved autofocus, the image is, of course, really beautiful. I mean, I really can't say enough about this camera. I think this is the best camera that's out there right now in the mirrorless space for wedding filmmakers. Even like the lens mount choice that they picked, L mount lenses. I love L mount lenses. They're awesome. That's one of those lenses on our list. Like, I don't know how you feel about it. I just think I couldn't say enough good things about it when it comes to, if it wasn't for the overheating, I would say this is the perfect camera right now.
Right.
I would have no notes.
Right. I mean, I think so as well. I think this year really was
Did
the
I even
year
say
where
the name of the camera?
yeah, you did.
Okay,
Lumix
good.
S12
If
just
you're
in case.
listening.
Yeah. We've been on Lumix for the last couple of years.
I didn't even get an S1 I got an S5 too by accident.
Oh, yeah, nice. We
Not this camera, guys. Not this camera. Another one, the S1
yes. We hitched our wagons to Lumix a couple years ago, and at the time, they were really doing some things that, they fixed their autofocus when we, came on board.
Yeah.
They always had great internal stabilization. But we loved, our chances with that camera specifically.
Yeah, the
S5
S5
II,
the
when they came
S5 2X,
out.
both those cameras, awesome. We still use those
Yep.
cameras all the time. They're
Yep.
amazing cameras.
And but I think now Lumix is really setting the stage for everyone. Like at a time where every camera is awesome nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
they really raise the bar a little bit. So now other camera companies are having to kind of change their models and keep up with what Lumix is doing now.
Yeah, and I think like Lumix, I don't know if this is on purpose or by they just accidentally did it, but
Yep.
they happen to have feature sets and that really work for wedding filmmaking particularly. Which is like, if you were doing certain types of work, which I can't really imagine what you couldn't do with that camera, but I know like maybe some commercial work or certain
Right.
types of work, you might have, it might not be as good of a fit as maybe another camera.
Yep.
But for wedding filmmaking, which is like price matters a lot, right? You need a lot of bodies. Like it needs to be light. It needs to have like a lot of dynamic range.
Yep.
It needs to have good slow-mo. It needs to have like a lot of autofocus needs to be at least acceptable. Like
Yep. This is a good camera for most wedding filmmakers to use as their flagship camera.
yes,
You know.
this is the A cam of A cams.
Yep. Because we're not going to be using reds, at least most of us. I think this camera
I didn't even
has
mention
a great
4K
form
60
factor.
uncropped, which for Lumix was like a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
like that. I mean, all of you A7S3 people who've been having that feature for many years, but even the way that they're accomplishing it, I think it's like it looks better.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it's just awesome, and I highly recommend it. And it's
Well-
like, what is it, like $2,500 or $3,000?
$3,200 on
Yeah.
B&H right this very second.
And
So,
I just think you're competing with a $4,000 camera. Like the competitors by like Sony and Canon
Yep.
are, you're talking $3,800 to $4,500.
Yep.
And I think that's a really big deal. Price is a big deal to me. Like value, like this is a ridiculous value.
especially for the wedding filmmaker who doesn't just need two of them, you need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So it adds up, and so I want to.
And it
just
pairs
thank-
really well with a cheaper camera.
Yep.
So if you
Yep.
use it with this matters to me a lot. Like if you use it with the S5 II, S5 2X, which is like you can get those for like $1,200 on eBay. It works perfectly. You could have 3 of those S5 IIs for your like ceremony cams, and then have your gimbal S1 II. Like that's great. I know they're not the only camera company that you can do that with. I know Sony has their APS-C cameras and a lot of other ones, and Canon as well. But there's no negatives. And my point is to being in the Lumix ecosystem now.
Yep. So Lumix, thank you. Well done. We all are the beneficiaries of your gift to us this year. So
They're on the nice list.
why don't you hop into another camera on our nice list? It's the only other camera on our nice list.
I would say the Canon C50. It's very un-Canon of them to actually do what people want at a price that isn't totally insane. It's like what, $3,900 or whatever, and it's got kind of everything. Like I think the reason I'm like not putting it above the S1 II is it is more expensive, and I think that matters.
Mm-hmm.
There are features that I'm kind of like, maybe I personally don't feel like I need them. Like they always do like 4K. I don't care about 120 FPS, guys. I personally don't care about it. Like a camera with great, like, whatever. That being said, like this is like the perfect indie filmmaker camera.
Yeah.
And it works really well for weddings, and it's just like the open gate. What was it, like 6K open gate, or is it 7K open? 7K open gate.
Yeah.
15 stops dynamic range. Of course, it's Canon, which is
Yeah.
I'll give Canon this one thing. I'll give them a lot of things, but I think the number one thing with Canon, and I haven't used this camera in any depth, minus picking it up one time. The durability on these cameras, like, and maybe that's not true of the C50. Maybe somebody's gonna be like, "You idiot! They actually suck. Here's this one video."
But they have a long track record of creating very droppable cameras that don't necessarily smash into a million bits.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be a great like color expert to make them look good. They just look good.
Yep.
Everything about it, their autofocus is awesome. Like, that is a great camera. Like,
if you're in the Canon ecosystem, it just makes
especially
so
RF,
much sense to bump up to it. Yeah, it's a great wedding filmmaker
It's
camera.
not like the typical Canon where they're like, oh, here's the C50C that has the features you want for $7,000, and here's the C50, and it takes photos or something. Like, Canon always does that stuff, and they kind of just were like, no, we're going to give you everything that you could ever want in a camera for a price that isn't insane.
Yep.
And it's going to be Canon. And it's like, if you're a Canon user, you had to be so excited about that. That's like a dream camera.
But don't you also
for weddings?
Don't you credit Lumix for setting the stage there and saying, hey, this is our price point. This is our open gate camera. And Canon had to be competitive with them, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, like, how these decisions are made by these companies. I will say,
well, just compare it to what other camera brands, not Canon and not Lumix, item that we'll mention maybe later in the episode,
I will just
release
say,
to their fan base this year.
I have a relationship with Canon, like an emotional relationship with them, where I feel like a jilted lover. You know, like, I feel like we gave them all our affection for many, many years, and they just betrayed us and abandoned us.
Spat on us for a prettier
as wedding filmmakers. They like they just
prettier man, yeah.
Like, I remember when the R5 came out, we're like, finally, and then that didn't pan out, and it ended up being a great camera over time. But like, I think at the end of the day, it's just nice to have like camera companies, especially one of the big two, like actually really listening to consumers, understanding the market. And I think the common thread in both these cameras are the indie film, like the indie revolution, like the idea, like, we no longer should be thinking about cameras the way that we used to, where we're having like either this tiniest camera possible or the biggest camera possible. No, like, people need the most capable camera. That's what we need. We need a camera that does what we want, not that is like a niche. We don't want niche. Everyone wants a one-size-fits-all camera that will do a lot of things. And like, even the fact that it has like XLR and stuff like that on that camera, like, that's a one-size-fits-all, and that's great. So they're on the nice list.
Yep.
I love that camera, and it was very exciting to me, and I couldn't even hate.
Yep. Talk about the one lens on our list.
Yeah, and like, lenses are tough, man, because like pretty much all lenses are kind of good. Like, if you go on B&H...
Ben Chase would disagree, but...
Well,
yes.
Here's the deal. If I'll say to Benj, if you shot a wedding with any lens on B&H, everyone would like your photo still. Like, it's not like there's a lens where you're like, this one is the one covered in Vaseline. So I think like it has to do something that's more interesting, and it's not just about like, does it look good? I think like lenses looking good is very subjective too.
Yeah.
I'm always looking at it, does it solve a problem, and will it fit into my kit? And is it a good price? And I would say the Lumix 24 to 60S is a awesome lens, and it is like custom. It is like tailor-made for wedding films.
Yeah.
It's the frame. It's especially now that they have true full frame 4K 60. And open gate, now like 24 is even, it's like photo 24, not crop 24, which is like 35 mil. So like, you're getting this beautiful range of 24 to 60. I don't need 70. I'm fine with the 60. 2.8 throughout, which has a big difference. This button I never use, but maybe you can use it like a custom button that you can program and do different stuff with, which again, I never use, but that is cool to have. Really solid autofocus. I haven't noticed any weird color and any weird stuff about how it handles like flares, and you know, it's $1,000, right?
Yeah, $1,050 on B&H right now.
Yeah, and I honestly, we have how much is the 24 to 60 Pro, the Pro, or 24 to 70 that they make, Lumix?
More.
So we have the 24 to 70 S Pro as well, I think. And
it's $2,000.
I honestly like this lens better. Like, I think that lens is fine, but like, I remember we'd use it, and like a lot of times we wouldn't even use it because we were just kind of like, eh. And I liked my primes better.
Mm-hmm.
I like this lens better.
Yeah.
I use it more. Like,
Yeah.
the size of it makes a big difference to me. It's better for gimbals. It's just like,
That's what I was going to say. Great gimbal lens. In most cases where you can just pop it on, balance it right in between, and then you have a lens that can go wide, you can go tight, you can be really fast, and in wedding filmmaking,
and
that's the name of the game.
The build quality is solid. It feels good.
It's girthy, man.
Yeah,
it's nice.
it's even nicer than the other S lenses, which I think are fine,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say they scratch kind of easy. That's my one beef.
Yep.
But that being said, I think if you're shooting on L mount, this is like a no-brainer.
Very
If you're a
quality
wedding
lens.
filmmaker, you should get this lens.
Yep. The guys from DP Review agree, actually, with
I think
that
they
lens
put both
choice.
the things that we thought were the best on their list.
I think so too.
But
So-
that's good to know, not because we're smart, but because we're not dumb.
Yep.
We're not dumb. We're not dumb. Yeah.
So you're going through kind of all these big ticket items. You get the big gifts.
Yes.
I'm eventually going to be going through some of our, I would say stocking stuffer.
But these
fun
are
bags,
this is where
the
you
tricky
have
ones.
that's where you have the fun on the
Yeah.
edges, though.
Yeah.
Because like when you pick up like a really expensive piece of gear, you're like, it better be good. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of about like almost a resentful relationship with your expensive gear. You're like, you like it, but you're like, if one thing goes wrong, you're like, dang it.
But these are a little bit more obvious.
No,
right?
these
Like-
little guys, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Every time you use it, you're like, I can't believe how great this $50 thing is.
Totally. It was a big year for drones. We have two in front of us.
Best
that
drone
will-
year ever, with
we'll
one
be
exception.
We'll be super obvious to anyone who knows anything about filmmaking or wedding filmmaking specifically. But go through our two drone choices for the year.
Yes. So we'll start with the obvious choice, which is the Mavic 4 Pro. And I won't talk a ton about it, except to say, if you're like on the fence, even as a Mavic 3 user, because I think that's like the audience, right? Most people are either stepping up from like a Mini or maybe an Air, or they have a Mavic 3. And I think the Mavic 3 people are probably the people who are like, yeah, but is it worth it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is like the number one compliment. If you could take a person to move on from one really awesome, expensive piece of gear to the next generation of that same awesome piece of gear, you've actually made improvements that are really dramatic. This is dramatically better
Yeah.
than the Mavic 3.
I was shocked when, because we were like, we don't need to necessarily upgrade. We have the 3 Pro.
we could survive.
We could survive. It'd be awesome. We love our 3 Pro. I
great.
love the footage. It looks awesome. It's
broken.
It's broken. Yeah, that's why we got
That's how we have it.
kind of twisted arm though. But now looking back, do you think you would still get the
Yes.
4 Pro?
Yes.
Knowing what you know now.
Yes.
Just to upgrade, even if we didn't break our last one.
Yes, and that's I think the ultimate compliment I can give is like, I think I would have. Now we bought like the pack like with the internal storage and what is it called, Creator Pack or whatever.
Yeah. The
Which
Gucci branding.
It spins it's an extra $1,500 or whatever. And we had to find it on eBay from some guy who got it from Japan or whatever. But in hindsight, I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, from all the lenses to just the quality of the lenses to the files themselves, the color depth. I'm not crazy about the smart features. Like we don't use like tracking, and we don't really use our drones that way.
Yeah. The braking system. That's why we were always breaking them, flying into things.
But like, and I know this is an exclusive to the camera or to the gimbal, but like the remote. What is the model number of this one? This RT Pro.
I have no idea.
I don't know. The really fancy one that you can see if you watch it on YouTube, where you can rotate the screen.
Yep.
Just like every little quality of life improvement that they put into it.
You remember when the iPhones were coming out and it was like every year, there's pretty dramatic changes. Now it's like there's more subtle changes.
Yeah, I had a 14 Pro and I
Yeah.
just got the 17 Pro, and I don't think it's like
DJI is going through a phase right now where every upgrade feels pretty dramatic at this point, which is
Yes.
fun. Which
No,
is a fun, golden age of like growing up, right?
I honestly think the fact that they have, I know some people, there's some issues with the D-Log where some people prefer the D-Log M in terms of low noise, but like just having D-Log on every single lens, I think is a big
Makes
upgrade.
it so you don't have to even think about it. You just do it.
Yeah. I mean, everything about it is amazing. I'm trying to think through like how to sell it. Some of it is like you have this emotional relationship with drones.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it just feels better. The dynamic range is just better.
Yep.
Everything is just better.
Well, it feels like just a couple years ago, all the footage was super like outliney. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. I'm sure there's a better word for it, but it was like
because they have this artificial sharpening they would do in
the
it.
sharpening is so
and
bad
then
on it.
weird artifacts, digital artifacts, and
Long
like,
gone are those days. So if you have a drone even from like 3 years ago, dude, the drones nowadays are so much better. It's totally worth upgrading.
better. Dual native ISO,
Yep.
great, improved on that. I mean, the safety features are better, so you're not gonna crash it. I mean, it's just the coolest, and I love it. But I gotta say, the next thing on the nice list, the Mini 5 Pro, for wedding filmmakers, dude. This, what is that? A 1-inch sensor in that thing?
Yeah, and for photographers.
Honestly, this drone I think is more important, and for most wedding filmmakers is probably a better option.
Yep.
And if you and this is what I will. This is my biggest compliment to this. First of all, the low light is awesome. For what it is, and the dynamic range is way better than the previous 4 Pro, and pretty close to the Mavic 4. Now it doesn't have 3 lenses, and the low like if you're doing destination work, I kind of recommend the Mavic 4 because of the wind. Because if you're going to the coast, if you're doing destination, you're going to beaches.
Yep.
And the wind is just really severe in these places, and I think like having something that's more flexible. But the Mini 5 Pro, if you just were in the same situation and you're flying, I think it's a wider lens too. That's my one beef with the Mini 4 Pro is they put a new lens that's not as wide as the Mini Mavic 3 Pro. I like the wider lens a little better. It's not a big change, but I like that on the Mini 5 Pro.
It's so great to have a wider lens on this drone specifically because we use this a lot indoors. In
big tents.
So having that wide angle on this is
for wedding
so
filmmakers,
valuable.
this is what I'm going to give you. This is the thing that only wedding filmmakers would really care about because we're some of the only people that are flying drones in formal events indoors
with open flames below us.
Yes. The noise on that is much less disruptive.
Yep.
So if you're just like in a room and you're like, I don't want to disrupt it's like that awkward feeling of flying your drone up and then having everyone in the room go like, huh?
Yeah.
And they look and you're like, it just doesn't feel as good. It's not as subtle.
Yep.
This is actually, I would say the same thing with the Mavic 4. The noise isn't annoying, and the noise on this is a nicer noise. It's not like, like some of their other drones that they make, like the Neo and stuff like that.
Yep.
Sounds like kind of like a lawnmower, but like a tiny version of it.
Yeah.
I just think this drone, like the low light, the dual native, the 1-inch sensor, it's like, I can't believe they've put it into that mini form factor. Blows my mind.
Yep.
Like it is awesome. It's $1,000 if you can get your hands on one. Thank you, Adam Grumbo. We got one from Japan for us. But this is a game changer. This is a more significant upgrade for most creators than the Mavic 4 Pro because I'll admit the Mavic 4 Pro, not everyone needs that. We like it. If you're doing serious destination work, you're doing anything where you need a workhorse.
Yep.
That's better.
Probably 95% of wedding filmmakers out there could use this.
100%. And like, I want both.
Yeah.
Personally. Like, I like having both.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. They have different usages, and that thing is freaking awesome. That thing is really amazing. I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, let's hit on the last kind of big item. I think it's the last big item on our list. The DJI RS4 Pro.
Yeah, this is not a new product. It's new to us.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, whatever, another freaking gimbal.
They're probably coming out with another one soon, but
gimbals, man. Like, but I honestly think if you were like wondering between, to me, there's one reason why. Besides the fact that I do like it's increased. I don't like a gimbal that's too small. Personally, I just like having a little more heft. I feel like the balance is better, and I feel like it looks better. And I'd rather have a guaranteed bigger motor.
Right.
That being said, some people might not like that. or care about that. What I think everyone cares about is how annoying it is to adjust your axes on other gimbals that don't have carbon fiber on the arms. And I'm telling you, maybe there are a million other gimbals. Maybe it's just carbon fiber on your gimbal is what I'm saying in the nice list.
Yeah.
But on the RS4 Pro, these carbon fiber arms, not only do they help with the weight, they don't get stuck.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to make those like micro adjustments, and you're like, and it's like the metal rubbing against metal on old gimbals. That drives me nuts, dude.
They break.
And they do break.
This is the only gimbal we've had, because we've had Jason, every single gimbal between DJI and Zhiyun, like probably every model since they started making them. Like we're just trying all these different cranes and
hundreds of weddings too. So
this is the only one that hand it to me. This is the only one I've had that doesn't loosen these legs at the bottom. They all get loose.
Now I'm waiting for that to happen.
I know.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Hasn't yet. It still has a little bit of resistance, so it doesn't fully break yet. And it's not, it doesn't feel as flimsy as the other ones. And it's more beefy, so it's like you get what you pay
Jared
for.
and I are like there's an interesting thing, and this I'll go into my next one because we don't have a ton of feedback on it. We just think this is a great drone or a great gimbal, and we like that it's carbon fiber and it's durable. And I'll say, like, for me and Jared, most of the time, our number one thing is, oh, that breaks. That breaks. Like, it can't hold up to the rigor of what we do.
Yeah.
And like,
we are rough as filmmakers. I think we're more rough on our gear than photographers, but like we are the far extreme of filmmakers as far as destroying our gear and really putting it through the rigmarole,
killing it, and throwing it into the washing machine.
Yeah.
Like, essentially, like, we're giving gear to like 20-year-old guys and saying, come back, don't break it.
Yeah.
And it does break, and they do. But not only that, they're not being even necessarily irresponsible. Like, we're doing a lot more weddings than most of you guys, and so the stuff just gets beaten up, And so that really, really, really matters to us, that, like, if I buy it, I don't have to replace it. I know it's going to – the more I can get out of a piece of gear, the better. And so if it's, like, an extra, like, $300 to make sure I'm going to be able to use it and that, like, it's going to be fast to use, like, I don't like anything that causes delays. Mm-hmm. That's all I'll say about both these drones, too, that I love, too. The way – now it's like, oh, you turn it on, it just turns on. Mm-hmm. That little like extra 30 seconds of savings makes a difference to me.
Yeah.
And I think this makes a difference. This is cool.
Yep. All right. So, Jay, you really just went through a lot of gear that, for the most part,
flagship, generic stuff that, of course, you knew we were going to say.
A lot of it costs over $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm getting into the gear that's probably going to cost less than $1,000, maybe even less than $500. Probably, in most cases, a lot less than even that. So, if you know a wedding filmmaker, these are gifts that you can buy for your favorite friend filmmaker.
Even though I think this is coming out the day before Christmas.
So. Yeah, whatever. You can buy it later.
Still buy it later.
You can buy it later for them. Totally fine.
But I do
you might not get a sale. But.
Most of you guys are looking to improve on the edges anyway, and
yeah.
you have a little bit extra money. And so, like, this is the kind of stuff where we're like, we like using this.
Yes.
And we think it's a good value, and also it's made a difference in how we make films.
This is a lot of fun stuff that is just fun to buy.
We'll start with this boring one really quick, which is this Atomos Shinobi Go.
Yes.
This is kind of like, what is it, like $300?
I think so. Let me see.
So when we were trying to, like, we've bought a lot of monitors over the years, and I tend to find, like, I don't really value
$300.
Super accurate color. Like, I just think it's just not the primary thing. It needs to be bright enough, and it can't look like crap. It needs to look good. But I'm not, like, necessarily trying to get something that's, like, the director can look at.
Yeah.
I just want it to, like, be pretty good. Light, durable, or at least easy to fix. And this kind of check those boxes. We have had some issues with some of the screws coming out, but that's kind of on us for just not tightening 3 screws. But that being said, I really love this thing. Like, if you're looking for a monitor, even like something simple like here, like this little guard on the HDMI port on a $300 monitor. And the biggest thing is, like, look how thin this is, Jared.
Yeah. Yeah.
We bought a bunch of these, and, like, I feel like they're, like, half the price of the monitors we used to buy.
Yep.
And I haven't, like, when I'm looking at one or the other, I don't really look at them and go, like, oh, that $700 monitor looks so much better.
Yep.
Do you?
No.
Oh, they turn on really fast, which I like. And because that drives me nuts about all these monitors. They take like 7 hours to turn on. And then the battery life, because it's
Battery
so small
life.
and it doesn't have any fans and it has no recording in it,
Yep.
the battery life is way
Lasts
longer.
forever. Like you can get before, maybe we would use 2 batteries.
I usually use 3 a lot of
and
times.
it's in the same day. Nowadays,
hot.
I could probably get away with 1 sometimes,
Most of the time I get away
which
with 1.
is great and a game changer. So, if you're looking for something that isn't necessarily the best quality, but perfectly fine in 99% of every single wedding you're going to go to, I think those monitors are
Yeah,
awesome.
and it, like if you prioritize weight and battery life, which is what I prioritize,
Yep.
more so than how it looks, as long as it's like not so far off that I'm like shooting something wrong.
Yep.
This to me was like, this is the one I would choose personally, because I just I don't value on camera monitors more than this.
Yep.
Especially now that I can get this for $300. So.
Yep. Cool. I'm gonna dive into one of my favorite like quirky items, which is this Condor Blue D-Tap
That's so fun.
light that we got earlier in the year. I love it. At the end of the night, I can't tell you, how many times I'll be sitting with my gear. And,
What's the name of the model again?
just the D-Tap light, Condor Blue. Well, my laptop just crapped out completely, so we'll see if it's. I can actually give the exact name. The Firefly
That's
light.
what it's called.
And it's swivelly, it's bendy.
It's like a
but
gooseneck.
at the end of the night, usually I'm using my phone. I'm trying to finagle it in a way that, I can use my flashlight to just pack my kit in the dark, some dark corner somewhere. And, this just allows me to plug right into one of my D-Tap lights and light my kit as I'm packing up.
And if you've ever been that guy who's set up one of your lights
Yep.
to pack your stuff up, which I'm sure most of us have been that guy, you don't have to be that guy anymore.
Yeah.
You could just bring this $50 light with you.
It's $30.
Sometimes 30, sometimes
Right on
50.
Condor
Some
Blue.
places you'll
It
see.
depends what one you get. In this case, it has 3 different levels, or a couple different levels, a couple different colors. You can dim it as well. So there's a lot of different options you can.
Oh, they have a pro model now.
Yeah, they have a pro model too.
So
Yep.
we haven't even used that one. But regardless, it's cool to have.
Yep.
You can throw it anywhere, and it's useful.
Yep, totally. We've really appreciated it, loved it. The next thing that I really love that you actually picked these up are these Tilta portable battery chargers.
Yeah, the DMW BLK 22s.
Yep.
But they have models for a lot of different batteries.
These ones are obviously for the Lumix because we're Lumix shills at this point. But I think, it isn't necessarily novel, right? There's a lot of things maybe similar to it, but this is one thing that we're always like, I want to find something, but I have these specific needs that I need them to.
Or I want.
check.
And like, here's what I like about this one. If you're watching online, like, not only is it a really cool color, Jared,
Oh yeah,
which I like.
The hunter green is phenomenal.
when you plug it in, there's these little LED lights that will tell you if your battery is charged or not, whether or not it's plugged in or not, which I like because on the fly, like how many times have you been cycling batteries through some dumb charger or through your camera itself to see which ones are dead and which ones aren't?
Brutal.
So it solves that problem for you. The other thing I like about it is it has a lid. It's small, but it has a lid. And I like that because I could tell my assistant, like, every dead battery, fill up the charger with it and put the lid on. And then it's just in your case, bouncing around. Because, like, we all know, like, batteries die when you don't have a chance to charge them.
Yeah.
But if you can stage up your charging area before you even get to the reception,
Yep.
and you just have it, and you're like, go plug that in now to your assistant, or you yourself do it. It saves you time. It's not the fastest charger.
Yep.
But in wedding filmmaking,
And it does have to be plugged in. It's not like a separate battery that's,
that would be sick. They should make that.
that it's not like a brick that it's charging while you're going anywhere. Like that would be sick. It'd cost a lot more than
What
one
is
of
this,
these
like
would
a-
cost. I forget what those cost.
It's
And,
not expensive.
yeah, my computer's crapping out on me, so I can't.
Is that on your naughty list now?
No. I still love that thing. I think it's great. Oh, the
Your
computer, any Apple product in 2025. But yeah, we really liked them. We put them in all of our kits, and I found us to be a lot faster because, there's something to be said too. Say you're shooting like a rehearsal the night before. you're probably using 4 batteries if you're using 4 cameras. You can plug all 4 of those batteries in, plug it in overnight.
With 4 batteries, it's $120.
And
that's like a ridiculous deal.
Yeah. You can plug this thing in overnight, and then you have your 4 batteries
It's
charged in the
$30
mornings.
by itself, Jared.
Just the...
It's $30 for the charger. Like, it's just like a no-brainer.
It's ridiculous. The other thing that I did put a little...
But no, to your
here,
point, and I was going to say is, I do agree with you. If you are like doing multi-day weddings and you don't want to bring your whole kit into the hotel room, you just want to grab one thing.
Yeah.
And it's got the batteries in it already. It's great. You can shoot a welcome party or reception, throw the batteries in.
Yep.
Walk in with one piece of gear, plug it into a nightstand.
Yep.
Because it's USB-C. So.
And you're done. You can wake up and you're good to go. And just organizing your batteries between ones that are charged, ones that aren't charged, it's a great way to go. If I was just operating myself, I'd probably have 2 of them. But the other thing, don't have to dive in, but tilted batteries are pretty great too. And just the fact that you have a USB port on them. What ones are these specifically? The
BLK
TDMW BLK 22s.
So TDMW is like the model number, and then the BLK is the battery. I'll say
you can charge it in here, but then you also have the USB-C port on the outside if you're in a pinch.
Yeah, there's one negative with these, which I found they don't last as long as the models that you get from the companies, which is fine.
That's with everyone, though.
Yeah, it is with everyone. I think what is awesome is the input, the charging on the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in situations where I forgot a charger.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can always pick up a USB-C anywhere.
And you can charge it in your car.
Yep.
Drive down the road or whatever. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, and they're like $30. So if you want to throw in some, like, even if you have all like first party batteries, it actually could still benefit you to have like 4 or 5 of these.
Yep.
Just because they have an actual usable extra feature, and they're not the only people that have that, but I think they're the ones that have a cool green color.
Yeah, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
The next thing is another Condor Blue product, which this is the Who Is Matt audio kit. This is the one thing that was sent to Jason. You did a review on this, so I'll let you dive into this one because you know exactly what's in there. And
there's
and all the
nothing
good
about
things.
this that's actually that interesting, with the exception of the methodology of the company.
Yeah.
And of course, Matt's a wedding filmmaker, so he knows. And the idea of like selling everything you need in a kit with storage for wedding filmmakers is really awesome. And it's nice that there's a company that like considers us as a viable demographic to market products to, because in reality, like, who else needs this but a wedding filmmaker?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, maybe other event people, but event people. Yep. It's nice. It's got 3 cables, XLR to XLR, XLR to 1/4 inch, XLR to RCA.
Yep.
It's a nice, all the build qualities are really good. It's got a little extra pouch on the back for extra crap.
And just the bag, dude. I mean,
bag is really nice.
The bag's
and of course,
nice.
It's got this emblazoned with Matt's beautiful icon that really makes a big difference. This is a cool product, but not so much because it's so unique or whatever, but because it's like ease of use, ease of purchasing for people, and also good direction. Like, I always give people a nice list of like, thanks for listening. Let's take it to the next. Like, this is the beginning of more cool stuff that I think companies will do, and it's just easier and easier for someone to just buy what they need.
Yep.
So.
Totally. $80, by the way, which is, a good deal for what it is. Let's dive into my next product, which maybe is the one thing I don't know about most excited about, because the cameras are cool.
You were
the drones are
surprised
cool.
by maybe?
I was surprised by what I was like looking for a product that was this exact same thing for so long. And that's this Aperture MC Pro light. I have had a lot of these. Not this, but
like,
a lot of these.
If you just looked at them, they would all look the same as a torch or the same as
like the torch LEDs that came out that were $100.
Aperture makes a similar light that isn't the Pro.
Yeah, but I was always kind of left with like, oh, this is kind of like just cheap, or didn't achieve the goals I was trying to achieve with it.
Not bright enough. Or
the main thing I was trying to get a good version of this light, because we use big lights. We use the Lightstorm 60Xs. We use the
Practilites,
Practilites
602s and the 632s.
really great lights. So we don't use these for like dance floors. But
Sometimes, but
what I was looking for was a light to light the couple sitting at their table. So I wouldn't have to shine a 60X and blind them. I just wanted a nice soft
and
light.
sometimes you can't.
Sometimes you can't hit them. So I wanted something that was super soft that I could just place right in front of them. Maybe I could even blend it in with the environment. And also, it just had to connect via Bluetooth. I had to be able to control it with my phone. And this light really surprised me. Not only is the output really good, you can change colors by color.
I think it's RGB too, right?
It's RGB too. $200 for this light. And you can buy them in sets. Really impressive light.
Cool little adapters, like right there. We have like a little globe adapter.
Yep. Little diffusion, honeycomb, there's a lot that you can pop on the front of this thing. Comes with a little swivel.
You could put it on your camera if you wanted to get that
shoe.
look. Go on the dance floor, shoot that way. You could probably even get away with you could definitely get away with lighting a toast at a rehearsal dinner.
Yep.
Or something like that. I mean,
the other thing now too is like what photographers are doing, right? Is the off-camera flash, right? They're holding the flash, taking a photo with one hand, holding the flash with the other hand. I wanted a version of that was good, that had good output, that I could do for people shots. Like not necessarily on the dance floor, but you could use it on the dance floor if you wanted to. People just entering a room, if you don't want that super dim, crappy like overhead look, you get a little bit of pop with this. It's just
if you go back and watch our RSVP on our Huxley Film Instagram, you see this. We did a video for the RSVP Miami event. You'll see a lot of the shots of people like mugging for the camera. We were using that, holding it. You go outside, you walk with the couple and on a sidewalk in an inner city wedding, and you just throw that on there.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the fact that you don't have to put a battery on it.
Yep. Means
that you can hold the camera with one hand and hold that with the other hand, and it's not like this heavy thing with a giant V mount on it, and you have to bring your assistant with you.
Exactly.
And then, of course, it has that little globe thing that you can use. And
total game changer in terms of light if you're looking for something that just has a little pop.
There's probably a bunch of other products that are similar, too, but this is just the one we like.
It's the best one, and I've been looking for something that was like it because there was always things that just didn't check the box, whether it's you couldn't connect to the phone, it wasn't bright enough.
And if you want to go crazy,
fast enough,
they have 12 kit versions with charging packs. And and they all work together. I think you could do some even pixel mapping.
Yep.
You can get really crazy with it, which we don't at all.
Yep. The other thing that I actually, the next item that's kind of fun that I found at the event that we went at the Jarvis Center, B&H's expo that they put on this year. Really fun. Really good job, B&H. We love you for that. We'll be back next year. But I found the guys from Bumblebee Industries and realized that our buddies Jake and Nate with Runaway Vows did a collaboration with them. And this, of course, is their mic hiding starter kit, which isn't initially something I was like, oh, that's something I want, because we're not doing a lot of mic hiding. We're doing a lot of putting a microphone on an officiant on. Yeah,
we've never used that product, FYI. But
a lot of the people out there that are using these, recording audio all day on the bride or groom, and they want to hide these microphones. This is a great little kit, and it's a little bit of felt. Just allows you a little bit of mic tape. It's nice to just have in the kit in case you're in a jam. And I had one case this summer where I would be like, I usually wouldn't use this product, but it was nice because I was in a super windy environment and I was able to actually tape it on the inside of somebody's.
Oh, we have that
dress.
Oh, that's right, we do have it.
It's awesome. Yeah. It was awesome, and this I was able to compare them because the DJ or the band had an external lapel that had a little fuzzy on it, and I put mine under. And I was like, I want to compare the two because I'm recording both of them. I'm going to have both of them. And I got to say, the one that was hidden sounded a lot better because it wasn't getting hit with wind. Even though it had the fuzzy on it or the small little dead kitty on it, it sounded better.
When I saw that product, I thought, not for me. That being said, what a great product.
No.
This is something that people do need. And I think it goes back to even the Matt Johnson thing, which is very tailored towards wedding filmmaking, which I'm always in favor of.
Exactly.
Anyone who's making something that's but what about me? What's my niche? And it's like, it's very like, I don't think it's only niche, but I do think wedding filmmakers particularly need that.
Yep.
Especially the speed of it all.
Right.
And I think I was like, obviously Jake and Nate are awesome. We love them.
Yep.
And
It was well thought out.
it was well thought out and a good job. And,
Yep.
and like, if you just need a little, like, it's just like, just grab it. If you mic people up in that way, just go get it.
Yep. The next item that we have isn't necessarily a stocking stuffer because it is a big item, but it is a cheaper item. We're both huge fans of Cydio crates, right?
Big time.
And this is, I think, initially was a something that I was marketed to on like Instagram or something. I was like,
one
oh,
of
it's
those
just another
Instagram
thing.
things, and
Yeah.
you're like,
And it turns into a real product, which is not a lot of products, right?
it's a great product. This is like, we still, how many, we probably have 20 of these.
Yeah, at least.
They're not cheap.
Right.
I think, and that's why we talk about it, because I want you to know that if you've been on the fence and you're like looking for a way to store your gear in your office, like everything from the cases themselves. This one is like this army green bigger one, collapsible. It has like the top comes off, but it also has a door that slides down, and then the dividers can all be removed. Everything is so thoughtfully designed and very customizable. Man, you got to get I don't know. Yeah, everyone should just buy them.
Yeah. A lot of people out there, maybe you have a Pelican, maybe you have a backpack, whatever. That's where you store your gear. It's not really the way that we operate when we're doing the amount of weddings that we're doing every year. We pull out our gear. We inspect it every single time. We make sure it's not broken. We put it in these Cydio crates and get it super organized, make sure everything's there. Because nothing's worse than getting to a job and being like, oh, shoot, I forgot. I took this thing out and I never put it back, right? So that's what the Cydio crates kind of come into play for us, how we use it practically. And those are the best ones. They're again, in that army green, which we're obviously big fans of. But
they have so many different ones. We're just saying Cydio crate in general. There is a couple new ones they came out with, a collapsible one that really kind of
that is the collapsible one that
that
we
inspired
love.
the conversation. But really, honestly, the whole entire line is always on the nice list to me.
This is another fun one that we came up with this year. This is the Ulanzi.
We've used this way more than we actually thought we would.
Yes, the Ulanzi X073 smoke machine. And, maybe for most weddings, probably not something you're going to use. But when you need a little bit of something, it delivers, man.
Details
this thing is sick.
Is what we've been using it for. When we need to, you'll see it in that, I'll reference that RSVP video a lot.
Yep.
We used it in that for pushing in through with your gimbal and shooting some of the tight details. Now the reason we bought it is the theme was smoke and mirrors.
Right.
So we were like, oh, let's do it. And then we ended up using it at another wedding recently. We've done a lot of commercial work with it.
Yep.
I'm going to use it on that New Year's Eve wedding.
Yep.
It's what was it, $100?
I think it's a little bit more than $100. I'll double check on here, but it's really not a lot to just have another little
portable
trick in your kit. Yeah.
And honestly, some of you guys might be going whatever, I like this one better. I like that one. Maybe we could even say nice list portable smoke machine.
Yeah.
This is the one we have, and it comes with a bunch of accessories. It's nice. But if you have one you like better, fine. But I will say, portable smoke machine is a cool piece of kit that I think a lot of people don't have, and it might be worth adding.
Yep. This one was under $100, so very simple. You can buy replacement filters directly from Ulanzi. Good company, really well built too.
I like the build
works.
quality is really nice and easy, and it's a great product.
If I feel like I can knock someone unconscious with something, usually I'm gonna like it more. Usually when things are too light to,
I'm with you.
Batter someone with, then I'm not as.
So do we have one more, Jared? One more on our nice list?
Yeah, and this is something that I've used. I don't think you've used.
I don't even know what it is. I've been looking at it going, what is that?
Yeah,
thing?
okay. So this is my Plod AI note taker. This one's called
saw
the
that
Note.
from my dad.
Right. I do all of our sales, or most of our sales. And sometimes I'll have 6, 7, 8 consultations in a day. And they're back to back. So for me, remembering every single conversation I've had with somebody is tough. And I'm running around. This is great. It actually comes with a magnet, so you can attach it directly to the back of your phone, your iPhone. So it's magnetic. It's very nice. Very easy to just press and start recording. I've used apps before, like Otter, which is great, but you can't do a phone call while you're recording to Otter unless you're using your laptop, a different device. This allows me to just use it right on my device, and it syncs up right to my phone. And then what's great at that point is not only does it transcribe your whole conversation with someone, you can create an AI summary and to-do lists. So that's the biggest thing is I'll send my to-do list.
So it's like hardware plus software.
Yeah. It's a really great piece of gear.
How much is that one?
So subscription based. Usually, I think I probably paid like $400 for everything with it. Probably right around there, and it's subscription based. So it's like maybe a little bit of money, but if it allows me to get 1 extra gig a year because I'm able to get back to people faster,
I would say a
saves
pro
ton of
tip
time.
is always like improve your information tracking on consults.
Yep.
And anything that helps you keep track of stuff better is usually a good investment.
I think so too.
So.
It's been huge. And for me, I'll just send the to-do list right to Sammy, who is going to send the follow-up email. And I'm able to burn through those in, 10 minutes, burn out all those emails and be like, here you go. Good to go.
All in all, I actually think this was one of the best gear years on memory for me. Like a lot of this stuff I think really changed. Like the quality of work across the industry is much better.
Way better.
And it's, I think, because of the lower price of high quality equipment
Yep.
and the accessibility, and of course people like us that are doing YouTube education, and that's improving, all that good stuff. So I think I was a little surprised by that this year, that how good all this equipment was, but that's our nice list.
Right.
I think what's more fun is to talk about things you don't like.
Yeah. And
So-
you know what's fun about this is I finished with an AI note taker, right? And you're going to start this next item on the list with
Yes.
something that you despise.
Yes. Yeah. The number one thing for me on my naughty list, Jared, is AI. And I don't mean like black pilled, like AI is going to kill us all. I just mean AI in wedding filmmaking. Apart from I think the normal everyday usages, which AI has been nice for, the ChatGPTs, basically a better search engine, better note taking, better data, all that junk. Apart from that, I don't see any reason I have not seen AI impact wedding filmmaking at all. And I feel bad because I have some friends and some companies that are trying to do some stuff. And every time I test it, I'm like, not ready for prime time.
That's the main thing.
It doesn't I just don't think there's any very meaningful application in the creative process for most people. And they'll jam features in. I remember I was reading a Sony thing, and it's like Sony's AI image processing. What are you talking about? What is AI about it?
Right.
It's just
It's
an
just a computer.
algorithm.
They're all computers and algorithms.
No, that's not AI is when it will do something for you that you wouldn't have done for yourself, and better than what you would have done with minimal instruction. So you can say AI color guy. And Imagine, I think, is going to get there, by the way, but AI color is not even the best example for me, because how hard is it to do color? No offense, guys. It's just if you get your skin tones right, it's not that hard. It's just not a problem I have.
Yeah.
It's I shoot correctly. It's not hard for me. It doesn't save a lot of time, because if I know what you're doing, it doesn't add a lot of time.
Right.
So what they need to be able to do is call my wedding, identify all the subjects and track them throughout all the footage. Show me every clip with the bride. And there is a couple people working on that. I think at this point, though, it's just not ready for prime time, especially because they only will ever do it for Adobe, which doesn't even serve me at all, because I use Premiere. Because we use Final Cut primarily. But I would say AI is on the naughty list, not only because there's not really a great pile of features and blah, blah, blah. You could talk to people oh, what about AI voice recognition in Final Cut? I'm it's not AI, though. Are we really calling filtering using an algorithm AI now? What is AI about it? It's not it's just better algorithms.
Yeah.
And I think to me, I'm not going to give them credit just because I wrote the word AI.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to really say makes it the loser on a naughty list is the fact that it's just such a buzzword makes the entire process of dealing with AI
When are they going to save us a ton of money? That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, when are
Like,
they going to actually replace someone's job?
Yeah, like that's when we should probably worry. But it's like, as an owner, when is it going to cut down the amount of time significantly by more than an hour?
Yeah, it's
Do you feel like it's there yet?
No.
With editing specifically.
I have one thing I'll say about AI, but I don't think that I should give them credit as a filmmaker. AI is incredible for data crunching and running simulations, which I do a lot of.
Right.
And
on
so
ChatGPT or Grok or
yes, I use
whatever.
that for
Yeah,
that
sure.
tool, and it's a great tool.
I use it as well in the way that a lot of other people and
I put a spreadsheet in. I'll
ChatGPT.
put 5 spreadsheets in.
Yep.
I'll put like 8 spreadsheets in. Then I go run all the numbers, run all your averages, compare these columns, and blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
If you're doing that kind of stuff with it, that's great.
Obviously.
But that's like not specific to wedding filmmaking.
Yep.
That's just a thing you can use it for. So in that sense, AI is great.
Yep.
But in the sense of the actual helping you shoot better, edit better, make better art, man. And I can think of some things they could help us with, and they can't help us with any of them.
Yep.
All they ever do is go like, even the one that picks clips for you, the way it picks clips is like which one is shaky and which one's not shaky, which is not how I would pick a clip.
Yeah.
But that's the only way that you have to pick some objective measure, and I just don't know if we'll ever get there.
Yeah.
But-
We'll see. I think we will, but I would rather just be shown and proven wrong. So, you wanted to put a camera on this naughty list. Do you want to go through why this camera is on the naughty list?
I didn't put it on the naughty list. The world did.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the Sony FX3A and some reasons why
So
the world
I don't care about this kind of stuff, by the way. I wasn't like furious.
already backing out on it, Jason.
Well, I'm just telling you because I don't have a strong opinion on a personal level.
Yeah.
But everybody who, when it came out, I remember all the Sony people were really mad, and I did look at it, and it's like,
And you chuckled.
it's,
You said.
yeah, it was maybe a little bit laugh because it's like finally Sony's behind everyone else. So they come out with this marginal upgrade, which is essentially an improvement to the LCD screen,
Yeah.
which no one is using.
Yeah.
They're all using on-camera monitors. So like, I think like maybe even the naughty list is just Sony in general.
Yeah.
Like I think like their entire 2025 was like getting embarrassed by everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that camera is like the symbol, which is like, it's the same camera as the previous camera, except with a better screen, I guess, for the most part.
Yeah.
And
it just didn't it just come down to like they wanted a new supplier or
I
something
think
like
it was
that?
what I heard was basically they changed their suppliers and
Right.
they didn't want to make, it was just a change of a part, and they figured we might as well put it in there because we're going to put it in our next generation. I will say 2026 I think is going to be a good year for Sony.
I think so too.
So, but I think 2025, the fact that they like, I think it would have been better for them to do nothing and not get insulted by everyone than to release
Well,
that camera and then everyone be mad at them.
Frankly, it's so rare that we'll ever be able to put Sony on the naughty list that we couldn't resist the urge to just
I think video gamers
would.
would disagree.
Oh, okay.
But regardless,
they're a different breed. I'm not even going to talk about
but
that.
regardless,
Yeah.
I think that camera. I think most people were not very happy with that.
Sure. I'll bring up maybe a surprising add to the naughty list since most wedding filmmakers use this product. Maybe not most, but a lot of people really love this product, and that's the Instamic Pro. How do you
agree.
feel? So we made a big switch over to the Instamic Pro, just trusting that it would be a great piece of gear. And honestly, it kind of is an awesome piece of
There's
gear.
a lot of amazing things about this gear. By no means am I telling you don't use it.
Yes.
What I'm saying is it was kind of naughty for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we found lots of variation. I think we bought 8. And in the 8 we bought, there's massive variation across their manufacturing and build quality. Different things broke on different ones. Like
We got
literally-
some lemons, maybe.
Yeah, they're like literally one of them, like you can't plug it into the USB anymore. Why?
Yeah.
Like, why are you not mounting?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So, like battery life is wildly varied
Yep.
from one to one. Like,
We would be shooting a wedding, which we thought we charged the Instamic overnight. It was good to go. And we'd be filming a wedding, and the Instamic would just die. No more power. And it wasn't because this happened multiple times. We're like, oh, maybe we didn't plug it in all the way. But then it happened a couple times. And the way that we use this microphone, it's a backup microphone that, has a little magnet on it. So we just kind of bop it on the front of a, speaker. at the reception or at the ceremony, and it's our backup to a backup.
But it sounds great.
Sounds great. It's awesome. It has a great app.
It looks good. It has a magnet inside of it, which is really great. No one complains about it because no one can see it because it's very, very obscure. Like, in a lot of ways, it's kind of a dream thing.
Yep, it is. And but they would still die. And then the other thing I would say about it that I was kind of not impressed by was the app and its connectivity. Like, I don't know, did you use the app a lot?
I haven't had issues with the app, but what I don't like...
Did you use it, though?
Not the way that everyone else did because of one aspect, which is when I used the app, I found the battery life would decrease by like 20%.
Okay.
So I would just tell the guys, like, if you need to check it, connect really quick and then turn the app off.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't want to be sending a Bluetooth signal the whole time. But even that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to have my app open and not destroy
monitor it the whole time. Yeah.
Destroy the battery life. That's what I actually think was the problem.
Yep.
Is people were using the app and it was crashing, but it's like it doesn't alert you when it's dying. It doesn't there's no lights on it. I don't even like the simplified controls. It annoys me. I want a dedicated record button, Jared.
Yep.
I want a dedicated light. Like everything is like, it has this one button, and if you press it like one of 6 ways, then it does I'm kidding a little, but I don't like using it. Like it's a piece of equipment that I'm appreciative of, but whenever I use it, it scares me, and for that reason, I think I would put it on the list.
I'll say this too, because we work with a lot of different variations of skilled videographers as second shooters, as assistants, as interns, as lead shooters. It's not as intuitive as you would want it to be for someone who has never used it before. Like, I would have to tell someone, this is how you use this product. And that's not always the case with every product. A lot of products you can just hand over. Like, if I handed you a product, you'd be like, intuitively, this is how you start recording. This is how you turn it on and off. Maybe,
is it recording, actually? Is it not?
Yeah. Did it stop recording? Oh, no. It's not as intuitive and thought out as far as design, maybe.
Well, and also all the things that will help you with if you're going to have a bunch of features that are like, it's like really subtle. It has one button. It has but it has an app. Don't make it punitive then to use the app.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like is like it has these subtle features. Like you can't tell if it's recording that well. You can barely see the indicator light.
Yep.
All these things. Yeah, okay, I'm willing to compromise and say I'll open up the app and I'll check myself.
Yep.
But then when I have to do that and it causes it to not work that long, then I'm constantly evaluating like, do I really want to do it because I think it's gonna hurt my battery life, and also one thing I will let all of you guys know that maybe is not what everyone does. We kind of just take that backup recorder. The point is to not worry about it. So we'll take it at the beginning of the reception, plop it on, and ideally leave it rolling for 3 hours.
Yep.
Like we don't want to be doing that. We don't want to miss any toasts or any of that stuff. So like that's how we've used our H2s in the past, and little magnet kind of with a little 1/4-20 mounting point on them, and like that never had issues.
No.
Like even though it's it's not 32-bit float. It has all these other negatives. It's bigger. It's chunkier. For my purposes, that was a more reliable setup.
Yeah.
Than the more sophisticated.
And these products aren't cheap, dude. For what they are, this is like a $200 tiny thing.
It's too small too. It's like gets lost.
I don't mind that small, but
would you take it to be double the size? Better battery life, better connectivity.
I think so.
Me too, and that's what I get sick of. I'm so sick of that. Like everyone, because they're like, it's like a lav mic. No, I don't need it to be a lav mic.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things. I mean, the perfect balance. It's like the same issue that a lot of the camera companies deal with is like, should there be XLR ports on it? I don't need XLR ports on my camera. Like, I don't need that. Like, it's not meant for that. So
it's a product that I totally would say is worth buying, but also.
And we still use it, and we're not retiring it, but you just have to know about it a little bit beforehand.
It's been a learning curve for sure.
Which that might be a different take as opposed to the next item that we're going to use, which I don't think we're going to even use next year, which is the Zoom Zoom H1 XLR.
What a terrible product.
This is the naughtiest of the naughty on our list this year.
That thing, it makes me mad for a lot of reasons. First of all, primarily because it will just break. I think we had 2 of them just not work.
Yeah.
They just stopped recording.
It's definitely a build quality issue, but also the internals on it. It
sucks.
The
It
electronics.
doesn't work. It's just a piece of junk.
Yeah.
It's not. It's cheap.
It's cheap.
And
It's cheap.
And
They have expensive, recorders.
it's a frustrating product because I actually love the form factor.
And we've loved Zoom as a
And-
brand.
when they don't break. I love that recorder.
Yeah.
32-bit float, really small, like wicked simple to use. The most intuitive, has like clicky buttons on the top for like changing things, like that you input values, and you don't have to go into menus to use it. It's awesome. There's a lot I love about it. It breaks. The end.
How can you use a product that's unreliable? That
It's just like, screw you.
Yep.
The end.
Which maybe their solution is, hey, buy a better one. We sell better ones. But for us, we wanted a recorder for our cheaper brand.
And
that
small.
was just super. That was small.
I wanted small and simple.
That we could almost pre-program. That you don't have to worry about the dials and we could just say, hey, 32-bit float.
Set
you
it
have a
and
high,
forget
you
it.
have a low. Set it, forget it. Easy.
When it's not broken, that is exactly how it functions.
Yep.
And if you have one that's not a lemon, you understand what I'm saying.
Yep.
I'm not saying no one should buy it either, but I am saying buyer beware.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that I would buy again on a personal level.
We'll probably replace it next year because it was just unreliable for us. So
We'll have a bunch on eBay. You can go buy them.
yeah, there you go. So, and then the last one, this is kind of a funny one, but since we spoke so highly of our friends over at Condor Blue, and I've always loved their products, and I've loved, honestly, every single one of their products, but this one's on the naughty list because it is a very overpriced $55 body cap for our Lumix S1, 2s, anything with an L mount. We got this. I got this. It's $55. It was the only L mount body cap that I could find on B&H or really anywhere
It's
at
like
the time.
metal.
But I needed something. It is metal. It is awesome. And it came with this beautiful Condor Blue logo right in the middle of it, the emblem of quality and sophistication. Condor Blue. It showed that we're a brand name videographer.
Yes.
And this year the emblem fell off. The glue
Just from falling right on the ground.
fell on the ground. It fell off, and we lost the emblem of our quality.
But I think the real reason it's on the naughty list is the $50 lens.
the $55 body cap. It's a lot, which it is metal. So
What's
whatever.
the reason for having it? Who cares if it's metal though?
No one, unless it is designed, so it looks good. It does look good.
I
but
don't like it.
I don't have my Mercedes-Benz logo on my
I would agree.
premium product.
The lack of a logo on the
Yeah.
$55 thing.
I want it to be milled in here.
Poor build
Come on.
quality on the $55 body cap. But I just would say, I don't care if it had the most cool logo in the world.
Yeah.
I want to me, it's worth $7 of plastic. So
Yes.
I would say the existence of a $55 lens cap is naughty in itself.
Yes.
So-
You naughty boys, Condor Blue. We love you.
You got our money though.
Yeah, you'll still get a lot of it, but maybe you won't buy the lens caps.
Well, and I think this was a very comprehensive list, Jared.
I love it. This is a lot of fun. We should do this every week.
And hopefully you have some stuff. Let us know wherever this is posted, what stuff you loved or what stuff you didn't love. But ultimately, here's the thing. We understand wedding filmmaking is a niche and it has its own products that are valuable to it. And hopefully you kind of hear our perspective. We're not saying these are good or bad products. We're saying they are good or bad, in our opinion, for wedding filmmaking. And that's the cool thing, Jared, is different workflows, different styles of shooting wouldn't like all the same stuff as us. So you probably have your own list if you're listening to this.
Yep.
And
We'll provide some descriptions and link outs to all of these products that we loved. Hopefully you can still get them on sale before the new year.
and if you buy them from any of our links, thank you very much. It does support us.
Yep.
So if you're clicking in the YouTube and you click on one of our affiliate links, we appreciate that.
Yep. Nothing here is supported. Nothing here is, just promoted by the company or given to us, except the one that our friend Matt had sent our way to check out. But we appreciate everyone who's willing to check out Wedding Film School, support us, like Jason said. And we are very excited to get to a very busy 2026. season. This is probably the last episode that will come out of the year. So
Yes, I think so.
we have a few that are in the hopper.
I'm just not sure if one lands on a release day. So
Yeah. But thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Wedding Film School Show. Have a great week. If you're filming weddings this weekend, good luck.
Enjoy those New Year's Eve weddings.
Represent us well. Enjoy New Year's Eve, and we'll see you again in another season next year.